I think the fingerprints of the creativity of God are totally evident in orchids, which is wonderful because when science looks at them, this is the pinnacle of evolution. And I go, yes, this is a God who is creative in his process and who is manifesting beauty in everything. The Spirit has equipped me with sensitivity that has enabled me to be a good orchid grower. I am a senior horticulturist. My primary responsibility is growing the orchids, and I've been here for 4 years. My interest in horticulture came from a friend in college who introduced me to orchids. And prior to that, I had benign interest in horticulture, but it was really finding out that orchids were epiphytes, that they grew on trees, and that was just fascinating to me. And we got student memberships here because Westchester's right down the road. And so we would come maybe twice a month and ironically walk through the orchid house and say, wouldn't it be cool to grow all these orchids? Well, one of the things I love about orchids is I've grown thousands upon thousands and hundreds and hundreds of different species and hybrids, and yet there are hundreds and thousands that I've never touched nor seen. If you get bored with what you might think of as a common orchid, there's always uncommon ones to be found. And even then, every once in a while I'll walk through and I see a plant I've seen 1,000 times that's just flowering well. It's it's a standard purple cattleya, but just in that moment it just catches your eye and you're like, whoa. Like a white phalaenopsis couldn't be more commonplace. And yet there are moments when I see a standard white phalaenopsis and I remember what it felt like the first time that you encountered that beauty. It changes over time, but I think like a lot of things, you sort of develop a deeper, richer appreciation once the sparkles fade. I think sometimes I'm more enamored with the plant than the flowers because for me that's sort of the challenge and the art is if I can grow this plant well, then I can make it flower well. And there's times I walk into the greenhouse and I go, oh my gosh, like look at all those flowers, who did this? I don't know. Everything about orchids I find fascinating. The stories, the histories, the way they function and the way they work, and there's just always new adventures to be found in orchids. Maybe that's the thing that I really love.